Hey, Saad here. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through building a complete sales system from start to finish. This is exactly what I would do if I wanted to acquire a customer within a couple of weeks. It's the easiest, most affordable way to land clients. I'll guide you through everything from finding leads to scraping them to enriching the data, sourcing emails, and crafting highly personalized messages that gets responses all without needing case studies. In case you're first time watching, my name is Saad and I scaled my sales agency from $0 to $80,000 a month in about 8 months. I also consult with over 750 lead gen agency on a monthly basis, and many of my viewers have already landed their first clients. So the way we're going to do this is first, I'll show you how to scrape high quality leads at scale using tools that won't break the bank. Then I'll demonstrate how to validate emails so you don't waste time on dead-end contact. After that, I'll share a high quality message template that consistently gets responses. You can literally copy my exact approach that's generating clients right now. And at the end, I'm going to leave you all the resources, templates, tools, so you can get up and running as quickly as possible. So without taking too much of your time, we'll just go ahead and get started.
Okay, so step one, what we're going to do is we're going to go to apollo.io. And Apollo is going to be our lead sourcing database, okay? So click on sign up for free. And always make sure to use a professional email account, right? With your domain, okay? So if I try to use just a random email account, it's not going to work, okay? If I try, this is a random email that I have, right? And I click on sign up for free. I'm going to get an error, which is, it looks like you might have entered an invalid email address. Please correct it if necessary and try again. Okay, so they don't accept just random emails. So make sure to use a professional email, okay, from G Suite or Microsoft. So I'm just going to click on sign up with Google. I'm just going to choose a random email account that I have here. For example, continue. Okay. And now they're going to sign me up. Okay, great. So thank you. They're going to give you this onboarding. Continue. Continue again. Continue. So this is kind of like their onboarding. Okay. So got it. So step 2 is I want you to go to upgrade plan. Okay. And click on this. You see this professional plan? Just click on try for free and click on confirm. This is huge because you want to start your 14-day trial so you can get access to the data through Apollo. If you want to use Apollo and essentially just scrape leads from Apollo, you can only scrape 25 leads, which is not what we want. Okay, so make sure to always make sure to click on free trial. They're going to give you 14 days. Okay, so now, okay, let me go to people. So go to people right here, and I like this new theme that they just came up with, which is dark. I love it. Okay, so now we're going to pick a B2B niche. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip tour. And the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to go to email status, okay? And make sure it's always verified, okay? And always make sure you untoggle include catch-all emails, okay? Which is already done by them, which is awesome. Okay, great. And always make sure to go to net new, okay? So go to net new. Okay. And what we're going to do now is let me just go to job titles. And we're going to talk to decision makers such as founders because they're more likely to pull the trigger and actually pay us. So I'm going to go and type in simply founder. So founder. And what I'm going to do, I'm also going to add co-founder. Okay. Co-founder. Okay. I'm also going to include CEO. Okay. And I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go to industry. So you can choose any industry you want. My recommendation is always pick a B2B niche. One, because you're going to get access to data, right? Because it's pretty tough to get data for B2C, right? It's not impossible. You can definitely get data of B2C through a couple methods, but B2B is like the lowest hanging fruit, okay? Just go to B2B, just use B2B. I'm going to go to industry, search industries. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a random B2B niche. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to choose recruitment, okay? For example. So I believe it's staffing. Yeah, staffing and recruiting. Okay. Okay, good. So I'm at 17,000 results. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to location. Yeah, go to location. And we're going to choose United States. And we're also going to choose United Kingdom. Okay. So United Kingdom. I chose Apollo as our lead sourcing database because I believe when you want to get your first client or your sales system customer, is you want to be doing things that don't scale. And what I mean by that is you want to squeeze as much juice from the lowest hanging fruit, get your first customer, and then refine later. This is a mental model, right? Always make sure to do things that don't scale. Okay. So if you guys are wondering who came up with this quote, it's Paul Graham. And I highly recommend you guys read this blog. It's a programmer that I really admire this guy, and he was the one who came up with doing things that don't scale, which is a mental model. Okay, so again, what we're gonna do is we have 9.6K results. So I'm gonna go to employees, and I'm gonna choose 21 to 50, and 51 to 100. So I got 2K results, which is awesome. All right, so I have 2,000 leads, okay? And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to Apify, and I'm going to use Apify to basically scrape all these leads, okay? So currently we're at $0. So I'm going to go to Apify. I'm going to sign you up. So click on Get Started. Okay. And again, just sign up with your Google account. Again, disclaimer, use a professional email account when signing up to both Apollo and Apify. So continue with Google, hassle-free, frictionless. I'm going to choose an email account here. Continue. And they're going to give me they're going to prompt me to enter my phone number. So let me just enter my phone number and get back to you. Okay. So once you enter your phone number, and my name is going to put my name, and username is going to use Sad, for example. Click continue. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this search for actors. I'm just going to type in Apollo. Okay. There's multiple Apollo scrapers. You can use this one right here, which uses its own cookies. You can scrape up to 50,000 leads per search URL. If I click on it, let me just walk you through it. Essentially is that it's $1 per 1,000 leads. Okay. So essentially you're just going to have to, you just add credits to your Apify account. You can just start and use it. Basically, you can just go ahead and scrape those leads up to 50,000, which is sweet. So in our case, we're just going to use the easiest, frictionless way. So I'm just going to go to this one right here, Curious Coder. And the cool parts about this one is that you can scrape immediately. You don't have to pay for anything. Okay. You can scrape 2,500 leads. But the downside of this is that it uses your own cookies. So it uses your account, right? The cookies of your Apollo account, right? So the first one doesn't use your cookies. The second one does use your cookies. Okay. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to Apollo, copy this URL. Okay, simply copy it, go to the search URL, paste that in here. Okay, make sure to always toggle get emails, wait for email verification. Okay, and then the cookies is your session cookie. So simply download the next session. It's called edit this cookie. Okay, it's free. Go to Chrome, and depending on which browser you're using, click on add to your browser, and you're gonna have it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to my Apollo, go to extensions tab, go to edit this cookie, and simply extract the cookie, which is this button right here, cookies, copy it to clipboard, go back and then remove every single thing here and then paste that in here. So this is your session cookie, okay? And if you're wondering what your session cookie is, basically the IED, it's kind of like an IED, okay? That's the crawler or the scraper. So this is a scraper. It's going to go ahead and use on behalf of you. So it's going to log into your Apollo account and basically scrape those leads for you, okay? Okay, so if you scroll down, you see this total numbers of records required. Just leave that empty, okay? And edit configuration is always going to be residential. Run options, make sure it's always no timeout. And click on start. And click on rent actor, okay? And that's pretty much it, okay? And click on Save and Start. Okay, so now the scraper is going to go ahead on behalf of you. Check this out. So system info, and it's going to use your session cookie now. Apollo account found, okay? And it's going to go ahead, scrape 25 records. Queue in 25 people for finding emails, okay? And it's going to go ahead and scrape those leads for you. And we're going to see it in the output right here, okay? So there you go. You have the contact emails, etc., etc. And the cool part about this scraper is it scrapes 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. Awesome. So people that say you cannot scrape Apollo, they're just out of their mind, man. So we just found those emails right here, right? Which is awesome. Which is why I always recommend you guys use this filter right here, okay? Which is get emails, include guest emails, and wait for email verification. If you guys don't know, I was part of a community back then. It's called Make Money with Make by a good friend of mine. It's called Nick's Right. Shout out to you, my friend. It's one of my best friends. Love that guy to death. And I remember it was I believe it was in office hours. Yeah. And I was actually the one who came up with the scraper. It was back then, like a year ago. Yeah. Good times. And I believe it lowered the cost for everyone. I was receiving messages from people. They're like, Saad, you just saved me over $400 of LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Just because back then, we didn't have a lot of lead sourcing databases. Okay? Everyone would just go ahead and scrape LinkedIn Sales Nav. And they would also use Phantom Buster, which both are pretty expensive, you know? And they would also use Anymail Finder, which is also a big kahuna. Yeah, so good times. Okay, so we just scraped 2,000 leads and it took us 22 minutes. Okay, so these are 2,000 leads off Apollo. So if I click on exports, I can essentially just export this as CSV, okay, just like a Google Sheets format. Okay, so in my case, I don't want to do that. Okay, I want to basically automate my entire system. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to make.com. Okay, so go to make. And make.com is basically going to be my no-code tool of choice. You can use N8N if you want. Can use Zapier, but just find make.com easier, straightforward, more visual, easier to troubleshoot all these errors. And, I'm more concerned about things that make me money with as little as friction as possible. Okay. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go to settings. So make sure to go to settings. Okay. All right. And go to API and integration. Okay. And then go back to make and go to Apify. You see Apify here. Click on it. And I want you to scroll down. It's going to be get data set items. Click on add. And we're going to basically connect our Apify account to make. So go to connection type. It's going to be Apify API token. Click on it. And then go back to your account and just basically click on this copy button. Okay. And just copy your API key. And then just paste that in here pretty easily. And click on save. That's it. So now we're going to go back to our run right here. And we're going to go up. We're going to scroll up, and it's going to be, yeah. So we're going to go to storage. It's going to be get data set ID. Okay. So this is the data set ID. Copy it, go back and just paste that in here. So the data set ID is basically where the data is. And we're just going to use the data set ID so I can access data and make. And limits, just put 1 for now. Click on save and then click on run once. And now we have basically the data. We have the email of that person. We have the first name, last name, etc. Okay. So now I want to validate the emails. And the reason why is I always recommend you guys validate emails that you scrape from Apollo, just because we want to make sure we have the highest deliverability possible. And I believe like 30% of the emails from Apollo are not going to be valid. Okay. So we just make sure we cover in all our bases. Now, if you click on this plus button, you can choose your email enrichment platform of choice. Okay. So I can literally choose anything. I can choose, find the email. I can choose Hunter, etc., etc. So in my case, I have my own email validation tool, which is this one right here. It's called Sales Mastery Command Center. Okay, but in your case, I'm also cognitive of my lovely viewers. Most don't have this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to so the one that we're gonna be using is gonna be mills.so. So mills.so. Okay, and it's pretty cheap. Okay, if I go to pricing, yeah, it's yeah. Actually, they increased their pricing. It's $49 per month. Okay. That's interesting. So this is why I came up with with my own in-house tools, right? So members that actually are in our community, okay, they get unlimited API requests. So yes, it's unlimited, but we recommend using only what you need. Yeah, so they get basically access to software, which is the basically email ASP provider. Check if your emails are Google/Microsoft for highest deliverability. We also have, which is something really crucial, which is this one, the LinkedIn company info scraper. And then we also have the email finder and verifier. Okay. So we have all of these. We have these save people like hundreds of dollars every month. Okay. Which is the reason why we came up with them. But let me just walk you through how to use Mails Data Cell. So I'm just going to click on this account right here. So once you sign up, so just sign up. I believe if I try to sign up, they're going to block me because of IP related issues. And then make sure to go to API. Okay. And this is your API key, essentially. This is your API key. So just copy it. Okay. Control C. And then go back to Make. Okay. And look for mails.sl. And then validate a single email. Okay. Click on add and just paste that in here. And that's pretty much it. Okay. And you can essentially just map in the email address and click on save and just basically just run once. There you go. So I go to results. So deliverable. So result deliverable. So it's safe to send to this email. Okay. So this is how you essentially use it. So step 3 is I want to clean up the company names. Just because when you gather data off the internet, typically you're going to see the ltd.inc. We want to clean that up. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to click on this plus button and I'm going to choose an AI model for that. So it's going to be Entropic. I'm just going to choose Entropic. You can use any AI model that you want. Okay. And then the model is going to be this one right here. Max token, just 750, not that much. Add messages, user is going to be user. Content is going to be type and text. And I'm going to go to my 7-figure prompts. And essentially, I'm just going to clean up the company names. Okay. I have a prompt already ready for that, which is company name formatter. So company, clean. And then just paste that in here. So normalize the company name. And before I actually do anything, let me just remove this right here. And what I'm going to do, so normalize the company name. So when you scrape data off Apollo, the company name is the organization name. So organization name. So this is the one, organization name. And domain is going to be the domain, which is website. Okay. Or we can just map it from basically the mails.so data. Okay. Let's just do it. So there's the website, which is it here? Domain. Yeah, domain. Okay. And the person's headline. Okay. Headline. Type in headline. Okay. And it's going to be headline. And then what we're going to do, output the result only in the correct JSON as result. And the reason why is because these AI models, sometimes they output spaces in the results, and I don't want to deal with that. Okay. Results is going to be result and close the brackets. Okay. Just follow along, click save, and make sure to add another parse JSON module. So click on parse response. So think of JSON. Yeah, JSON parse response, and just map the data right here. Okay. Click on save and then run once. And Make is going to give you this error. A transformer should not be the last module. Just ignore settings and click run anyway. And there you go. CGP. Okay. So that's awesome, man. Just because if you read through the organization name is the Stephen James Partnership. So CGP. There you go. I'm going to go to, okay. So now we clean the company name. I need to add a filter here. Condition only if the result of the email equals to deliverable, because we don't want to deal with undeliverable catch-all email. Email valid, question mark, click on save. Okay, so let me just save this, auto-align this. Okay, so I gathered the data, validated email, cleaned the company name, parsed the response. Now, what we want is basically we want to scrape their website. And the reason why is because we want to gather that data from their website, feed it to AI, and craft a personalized outreach specifically just for them. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to use a platform called XAI. Okay, so XA is going to be perform a search and go to XAI. Basically, all you have to do is go to API dashboard, and you're going to just have to sign in your email account. You don't have to use a G Suite or like a professional email account. And once you do that, just go to API keys. Okay. Copy, and then go back, go to add, and then just paste that in here and click on save. Okay. Pretty easy. And source query, we're going to have the website. Okay, so the website, which is domain. Okay. And number of results, just put 1. And include content and response, yes. And what I'm going to do, go to category, company, click on save. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is next, click on this plus button, go to Entropic. Again, you can use any AI model, you can use Gemini, OpenAI. I just find Entropic the best. Click on create prompt. Again, I'm going to go to model, latest one, tokens 3060 in my case, add messages, role is going to be user, content is going to be text, okay? And this is the text. This is where we're going to put the prompt. So the one that I'm going to be using is going to be in my 7-figure prompts again, which is a document, plug and play, which is like the best ways to have prompts for everything. And then let's just copy this one right here. So Control C, recent achievements, go back to make, paste that in here. And then I'm just going to add the text right here, okay? Along with the highlights. Yeah, highlights here. And click on save. And then let's just run once and see the output of Claude. Okay. Congrats on being shortlisted for Innovation Trailblazer, Bridging Tech and Social Mobility in Legal Recruitment shows rare vision. Wow. So let's check this website actually. Yeah, it's a recruitment company. Yeah, attract and retain the best legal talent in the market. Yeah, that's really good quality. Yeah. Okay, so now I have my outreach icebreaker. I have the clean company name. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this plus button. Okay, and I'm going to start drafting my copy. So I'm going to go to the tools, and it's going to be set variable. Okay, and the variable name is going to be dream email. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start writing my copy. So I'm going to do hey first name. Okay, so hey first name, which is the first name of that lead, dash. We're going to have our congrats line. Okay. And I'm just going to add it after the dash. And what I'm going to do is, reason I'm reaching out is because I built a sales system that can represent your strongest candidates in front of companies actively hiring, dash, purely off performance. Is this aligned with what you're trying to achieve right now? Thanks for the time. Sad. Okay. Click on save. Let's just run once and see. Okay. So, hey Samuel, congrats on building a technology platform that addresses social mobility. Bridging the gap between talent and opportunity is revolutionary in legal recruitment. Reason I'm reaching out is because I built a sales system that can represent your stronger candidates in front of companies actively hiring purely off performance. Is this aligned with what you're trying to achieve right now? Thanks for the time, Sab. So, sweet and short. I like it. Let me just remove this new line, remove this, and click on save. Okay, so I'm just going to save this now, and I'm going to add this to my campaign. So I'm going to click on this plus button. I'm going to go to instantly, add leads to a campaign. And I'm going to go to instantly. Then I'm going to show you how to authenticate your account. Okay, so instantly is going to be our cold email software. We're going to reach out to these people, verify you are human. Cloudflare bullshit, and continue. And then I'm going to go to campaigns, add new. Let's just name this recruitment. Example. Click continue. And then I'm going to go back to make again. And then I'm going to have to authenticate my account. So click on add, go to instantly, go back, go to settings, go to integration, API keys, go to version 1, just copy your API key, go back and then just paste in your API key right here and click on save. Okay. Perfect. So now I'm going to go to campaign ID and then I'm going to go to recruitment example. Lead email is going to be the found email or the validate email, should I say. So email, and then the first name is going to be first name, last name, and make sure to map in the correct company name, which is CGP, and personalization. And personalization is going to be basically dream email. Okay, save. Auto align this, and then let's just add it to our instantly campaign. Okay. Let me go back to campaign. And then it's going to be leads. We added the lead here. Preview. Okay, let's just refresh this page. Oh yeah, forgot to add personalization. What a silly mistake. Preview. And now we have the copy. So subject line is going to be better placement, or maybe just first name. First name, better placements. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to add sent from my iPhone. Just because when you add sent from my iPhone, people read through the email. They're like, okay, wow, this guy just went ahead and wrote me this congrats line along with this personalized copy, and they sent it from their phone. I must reply. Okay, so this is the initial email. Now what we're going to do is basically, we're going to draft the follow-up email. So I'm going to go to add step and I'm going to do, hey, I'm going to write, okay, so I'm going to type in, hey, first name, dash, checking in case you haven't seen this, TLDR, I can represent your strongest candidates in front of companies actively hiring purely off performance. I'd love to help company name grow. What's stopping you from hopping on a 10-minute call? Best Saad. Sent from iPhone. And then let's just save this. Preview. Okay, good. Short, sweet, straight to the point. Again, I'm going to go to add step and hey, first name again. Thoughts. I'd reach out. One last time. No hard feelings. If this is not something you'd be interested in at the moment, whenever the timing feels right, just let me know and we can hop on a quick call to break it down. Either way, wishing you all the success. Saad. Sent from iPhone. Okay, click on save. And then in terms of the follow-up timing, it's going to be 2 days here. And it's going to be 3 days. Okay. The second one is going to be follow-up. And the last subject line is going to be, have you given up? Or maybe, have you given up on this? Yeah, have you given up on this? And click on save. And that's pretty much it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to make. Okay. And now all you have to do basically just remove the limit here. Just leave that empty. And then what we're going to do is when I click on this plus button and we're going to add a break module. So break. Just because sometimes we're going to get some rate limits from EXA, and we want to just basically continue the flow. Okay, so I'm going to go to scenario settings, and it's going to be allow storing of incomplete execution. And what it means is basically if we have like an error or something, the flow is going to stop like 5 minutes, and then it's going to continue, which is really good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is number of attempts 3, interval between attempts 5. 15 minutes. Okay, save. And then let me just save this, and then let me just run once now. Okay. So all my leads are getting added to instantly. Perfect. Let me just save everything here. So save, and I can go now to leads. Okay, let me just read through this. Hey, Toby. Oh yeah, this is checking in. That's the follow-up. Let me go to the first one. Hey, Toby, congrats on building a global fintech recruitment powerhouse since 2010. Maintaining client trust across diverse financial sectors is remarkably difficult in the specialized space. Reason I'm reaching out because I built a sales system that can represent your strong candidates in front of companies actively hiring purely off performance. Is this aligned with what you're trying to achieve right now? Thanks for the time. Perfect. Okay, we're just adding all my leads here. Perfect. All right, so that's pretty much it.
Okay, so hopefully you found this video valuable. I'm gonna leave you all the resources you're gonna need in the description, like always, including the scraper, the blueprints, and also the copy and templates you can get up and running as quickly as possible. Make sure to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.